I can't lie. The last two episodes annoyed me greatly, and I do feel like production is in a pickle. Look, they've given us 4 great weeks, but the next 2 weeks could be dire, at least for me, to watch these next 2 weeks. I think some of the main things that have annoyed me is A, Casa Amor has become very redundant, which we'll talk about. B, I'm sick of watching Kayler cry. Not because it makes me sad, because she's obnoxious. It's just constant. It's all she's been good for this entire season, and I'm completely over it. And three, that challenge from yesterday, the July 4th challenge where they have to eat food and spit in each other's mouths. They love to do this game. It's sickening. It's disgusting. I mean, on Survivor and the challenge, well, Survivor back in the day and the challenge these days, when they have to eat disgusting things, this is five times worse to me. Eating food mushed up in other people's mouths, you gotta spit it. That's disgusting. They're not baby birds. Like, come on. Can we not? I never want to see that game again. I mean, I usually fast forward it anyway, but still, just watching little bits and pieces of it, horrible. Anyway, let's talk about Casa Amor and all of the guys. Well, most of the guys basically recoupling, except for Aaron and Kendall. And then Rob is the one that coupled with Daniela instead of Aaron. So Daniela is still in the villa after Kayla's been crying about the video between Aaron and Daniela. That's what happened in Thursday's episode. They got a video of Casa Amor, which is when Serena and Kayla found out that their men in the Casa were acting a fool. And now I guess all of those actions will have consequences. Here is my biggest issues. I said Casa Amor is redundant, and it is because every season we have to see it's kind of the same. The guys, it's usually the guys, but it's usually at least one side goes wild and the other side tries to stay, pure or whatever. So that's what happened again this season. The guys go wild and the girls are trying to stay, loyal, even though some of them, Leah, why not? Like, I can't believe Leah did not choose someone. Like, obviously the front runner was probably Ignacio, but anyone. She knew Miguel was gonna couple up with somebody else. She's been saying it the whole time that Miguel's gonna couple up with somebody else. Miguel has been clear this whole time that he's there for a good time. So Leah not coupling up with someone was a head scratcher. Janae only knew Kenny for a few days and for once had multiple men interested in her, chooses nobody. Kenny makes some, I guess, last minute decision to choose someone. I'm trying to be nice, but he chose the most busted one in Casa Amor. So, yeah. And then, of course, Serena and Kaylor don't. Serena didn't even give anyone a chance, really. And then Kaylor, I don't remember the guy's name. They seemed to be kind of close and kind of had potential, but she didn't choose anyone either. And that's my issue. So the guys always go to Casa and mess around, and the girls don't do anything. And now 4 of the OG girls are in trouble because they're now single and I guess could go home. That's a big problem for production because the OG girls are the show. Like, I'm happy Liv is safe. Liv got somebody new with Kane. And then Nicole and Kendall are safe. And then Aaron and Kayla are safe. So that I would assume that means that either the girls now have to recouple with the guys that did them wrong, which I don't even want to watch, or they go home, which hurts the show greatly for the 10 or more episodes that are left. There's still a lot of episodes left, and production's done a good job so far, so hopefully they have some twists to save most, if not all, of the OG girls, because they literally are the show. The girls have carried this season on their backs, being very entertaining, getting into fights, being messy. It's been good shit. So one of them going, or most of them going, I mean, that would be very bad for the show. I don't know if the producers would have voting as individuals and have somebody go home that way. Or I saw somebody online say the girls should strategically couple up with each other. And I don't think that should be against the rules, or then the Peacock or productions homophobic. So that shouldn't be against the rules. And honestly, I don't know how that doesn't happen more often in Love Island. There's been little things here and there, but it never happens enough. That would actually be good strategy. But I guess the only person with strategy this season is Kendall. I was glad that Kendall got ratted out in the video too. How he's just been cheering on the guys to mess around at Casa. And he has been exposed. I think his game has been exposed because he's been very close with all the girls, always gossiping with them and acting like he's their friend. But then he gets exposed in this video how he's kind of shit talking them with the new girls and, you know, champion the guys to hook up with the new girls. So I do think his game got exposed, but I still have a hard time seeing how Kendall and Nicole are not the front runners to win the season. I don't want them to win, to be honest. I'll give big ups to Kendall for playing the game, being a strategic player in a Love Island game, but something about it I don't like. This isn't Big Brother, this isn't Survivor, so him being two-faced doesn't make him likable for me, but he's also not doing it in the most villainous ways. He's trying to do it subtly, which would be great if this was Survivor, Big Brother, or The Challenge, but it ain't. It's fucking Love Island. So, I mean, I just don't want to see him and Nicole win. It's too obvious at this point. They're like the only real couple. I would, I guess, have to root for Leah's stands to upset Kendall and Nicole. If Leah ends up with anyone, since she didn't want to recouple with anyone, even though she should have. At this point, I would love for Liv and Kane to win, because I love Liv. But even Miguel and Sierra, because Miguel's been entertaining, and like I said, you know, the guys have been hoeing it up, but they've done it underhandedly and behind the women's backs, or lying to the women about their feelings, or... Yeah, well, while Miguel has just been being himself and has been very transparent about who he is and how he is. So I respect that from Miguel. But yeah, I guess we'll see what transpires, how the next eliminations will work. Will it be a vote elimination? Will it be a recoupling? I'm very annoyed that the girls didn't recouple, or at least some of them didn't recouple, because now they're out of options. There's 4 single girls and no single guys. So I either have to watch them try and get back with these guys. Like, we see Kenny crying in the next episode because of his talk with Janae. I don't know what that's about. I haven't bought this Kenny and Janae connection the whole time anyway. So I'm not really even invested in it. So I am kind of annoyed that Janae didn't choose someone when 2 guys were after her. And then Leah and Miguel, Sierra, is that going to be a love triangle? Do I actually care if it is? Not really, because we haven't seen a lot of Leah and Miguel's connection. Haven't seen a lot of Miguel and Sierra's connection. So that's on editing's part of being a failure with that. And I don't want to see any Kaylor and Aaron. I cannot watch Kaylor cry anymore. Not because it makes me sad, I want to reiterate, because she's annoying. It's all she's done this season. So I don't want to watch that. I don't want to see some Kaylor, Aaron, Daniela, Rob quad triangle. No thank you. That's not interesting to me. I don't want to have to see Serena get back with Cordell. I want Serena to stick to her guns with that. But I guess that would mean that Serena's going to go home instead. So that's just a lose-lose scenario for both me and the show. And then, yeah, that's everybody. I just don't see... There's not a lot of good storylines coming out of this. Casa Amor is my problem. So, yeah, we could have one more episode of the girls laying into the guys, which will be entertaining. But after that, either, unless there's a twist or a different way of elimination happening, then we either... Which I have faith in production. They've done such a good job this season. I'm sure they'll weasel their way out of this somehow. I hope. But if that way is the girls then have to recouple with these shitty guys, it's redundant and I don't care to watch it. So that is an issue. But I have enjoyed these first 4 weeks of this season immensely. We'll see how it all plays out. I just want to say the cast is great overall, but the girls especially have been great. This is a great girls cast and Kaylor. I don't include Kaylor in that because why? She's not a good part of the cast. I know I said in my last video, I'm gonna try and be nicer to Kayla. I don't think I can. Like, she's brought nothing but tears to the show. I'm over it. No more. It's gonna probably be fast forward material. As much as I kind of want to see what develops between Aaron and Daniela, watching Kayla is almost impossible.